Okay, looks like we're live. I should really put those back there. Closer to Good morning, Shaman. Hope you are doing well. Alright. Let's kill that. Nice to hear your voice again. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I hate to say that it's going to be kind of bittersweet because I'm probably going to talk about the future of the channel and other things. Big Dave said he was going to possibly come this way. As well as can be expected considering I woke up stupidly at 4 a.m. I've been up since 4 a.m. my time. So, trust me, I get it. I tried to sneak into the bedroom to let the dog out at 5:30 because he was creating a ruckus and not wake the wife up, and I woke my wife up. And she took it well, but I was unhappy with myself. That's 100% growth. No, I figured I owed my audience something for, the regular folks that came and went and came. And, that way. Have some form of closure. I probably am not going to stream regularly from now on. I'm still considering once a weeking it or something. I enjoy doing this, but my arm, hand, and left shoulder aren't having a good time with it. So I have to admit I considered learning a programming language and filming it, or I considered doing game design and filming it, or game creation, more or less, and filming it. Let me see how long it takes to grow beans in the slow grower. Most likely only back for, today. It will be nothing regular after this. The next great thing I have planned is I would like to do a Planet Crafter with everybody one Saturday to see if I can get this game finished. You don't owe us anything. We just want you not to be in pain. Well, I'm in pain 24/7. It is what it is. I looked into a few things. Icy, bless her heart, gave me some ideas, and I did look into a few things, but I don't think I qualify for them. Mayhem, I hope your weather is at least being decent to you, Hello? Hello?
Hello.
There is Big Dave. Did you see the code, Big Dave?
I did, yes.
Okay, good deal. Honey just came in. I've got beehives on the go, and I have HD food.
Okay.
And I will tell you, like I was telling them, this will probably be my last regular game, so to speak. The only thing I'm planning game-wise, I'm considering once a week or whatever. I still haven't decided about what direction I want to go. But
yeah.
I did want to have one last Planet Crafter one Saturday to see if everybody could get involved, and we could try to finish this out. And the reason why I'm playing this game today, I know I can sit on my ass if I so desire. It will still keep going up.
Yep.
Big Dave has joined the game. Dun, dun, dun.
Yep. Yeah, look at that. Plants, insects, keepers.
Yeah, insects are going up. I built 2 beehives, and I'm starting to make HD food.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question, Big Dave?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever done any game development?
Beyond when I was in college, no.
Okay. Well, my first major was computer science, and I was going that direction, and the math stopped me.
Yeah.
Calculus pretty well warped my 40-year-old head at the time. It was bad.
Oh.
Shaman, I see your question. Well, it's high quality food. High density food is what I thought it was called. I have the locker named HD food. She said, high definition food? Question mark. Aha.
We just had a pink asteroid come down.
Really? And I missed it.
Yeah. Came down right next to where I'm situated at.
Should have known it'd come over there by you.
Yeah.
I'm just messing. Don't pay any attention to me. No, I was also giving thought to making a channel change away from gaming and doing some game development in Godot, which is
Yep.
free and open source, and I've never done a moment of it, so it would truly be from the ground up.
It
I mean, I know enough programming to confuse myself.
Yeah, for me, it's because in my previous role, like when I was working, it was not really a programming position as for modern stuff.
Yeah.
Be specific, the mainframe I worked on was the same mainframe software that NASA used to put Apollo in space. Apollo, the entire Apollo missions. So that just goes to show how old it was. So it, for mainframe work, yeah, I'm pretty good with that. But I don't know if I could code a game anymore.
It was. I was reasonably good with C++ until functions came along, and that blew my mind. And
Yeah, I never touched it.
have you ever touched C?
I did a little bit in college before I dropped out, but because I never actually finished college. But yeah, I did a bit, and it kind of went over my head. The Unix and server stuff kind of worked for me, but yeah.
And, you know, I told Icy and Joro, and they said, you'd still be sitting in a computer. And I said, well, said most people might not understand that if you're going away from gaming to try to preserve your health. And I said, well, I'll give you that. Said it's different from where I sit. Country lady, sorry that you're sick. That's not good. Well, I know what you're working on. You're working on getting better.
Yep. Yeah, get better. We're coming into spring. No one needs a cold.
Yeah. True.
Common larvae.
Okay. Tree spreader, tier 5 heater. There's high quality food.
Wow. Do you need any of this pulsar quartz I just got off that asteroid?
Wouldn't. I don't know that I need any of it. The only thing we might need is power. We have 853 kilowatts available. And there are two nuclear fusion generators, and I have enough superalloy to swing that if you don't. But I don't have enough pulsar quartz.
I think I do.
I've got one pulsar quartz. Oh, I've got the new message. And so do you.
Yes. Probably the ubiquitous
our sensors detected
stuff.
That the conditions on your planet should ensure wild larvae are on the surface. Place the larvae in the incubator to breed in-mixed species of bees and butterflies. I'm ahead of you. I've already got bees going, and I'm just waiting on butterflies. You need these species to fulfill your mission and increase the speed of terraformation. You are being closely watched. Let us remind you you shouldn't use communication devices to contact anyone other than Sentinel Corp and our great overlords.
Yep. It appears I am out of Bro. Yeah. So I'll bring that over. I don't even have enough aluminum to make.
Do you need for me to come that way with
No, I
super
can come
alloy?
over to you. No, I can come to you. Because I'll bring you some rocket engines
Well,
that you can use to put
ho-
more rockets up.
hold on. I want to try something.
Yep.
And you had to be here to do this. Get in the vehicle, and then I'm going to
Okay.
transfer it over here and see if you come with it.
Oh, okay. Vehicle.
Tell me when you're in. And make sure you have that stuff on you that you're bringing.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, it didn't get here. Yeah, it don't like it that you're in it.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'll be there in a minute.
Yeah, that's fine. Careful, Johnny. Sentinel Corp will think you know better than them. Yeah, I'm not worried about them. That's why in the humble game I went with the other corporation, because Sentinel Corp's a bunch of lowlifes. Joiks. Yeah, I had that thought about, I wonder if the vehicle transfers with somebody in it, will they come too? You never know.
I mean, I'd never thought of it, but it's a good thought.
That'd be a poor man's transporter
Yep.
if it would have worked.
I mean, it's one way, unfortunately, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I also have DNA set up, and if you wanted to make insects or bees or something, but you probably have most of that yourself.
Yeah, I got a bit of it. Looks like it's been a while since I probably played. So. Okay.
89%. 89%. And I need to build a butterfly of some kind, because I got a butterfly pen, but I don't have any butterflies. That's 250, that's 230, that's 120. That would be a pretty fun way to mess with your friends, though. Yeah, it's a shame it didn't work. Darn it.
Yeah.
Oh, something's coming. That's a rare larva, a mutagen, and a fertilizer. Something's coming down, and I can hear that. Shaman, I once heard something, it was talking about tech from Star Trek, and it says the reason why that the little thing that Dr. McCoy used to carry around, that it'll never become popular, is because if those things got out in the wild, your friend would walk up behind you while you were looking for a library book in the library and zip your crack closed with it. I was like, well, I never thought of that, but now that you mention it.
Oh, what is this asteroid?
It's osmium and sulfur, I think, just from the color.
Yeah. I don't see it any on the ground where the one impacted.
I've had a few of those, but yeah, it is osmium and sulfur because I'm standing here by two of them. Come on.
Yep.
Oh, you pain in the butt. Hey, come here.
That one.
Hey, there's Dave.
This asteroid core. I don't know why you can't break up the asteroid core. You get more out of it.
Yeah, I've always thought that would be, excuse me, the way to go.
Yep.
Yeah, a lot of Star Trek tech could be used for practical jokes. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Take your tricorder and fold it open and look up your best friend and go, ah, so that's what you did last night. Oh, I wasn't trying to run over you, Dave.
Oh, no worries. Okay, there you go. The right box has stuff in it for you.
Ah, look at that man go. Now, oh, I need 5 of those, so there's that. Apparently, no one in the future has a sense of humor, or they all died trying. Yeah, or it got bred out. You know, survival of the fittest and all that.
Oh, I should have grabbed those 2 common larvae I flew over. Crap.
Power shouldn't be a problem for a while.
Yeah.
And while you're in there, the HD food is over by
Yeah.
the. Okay,
Yep.
you saw it.
I saw that. Yep.
I'll shut up. Now let me fly out here. As far as the future of the channel, my involvement here online, as far as YouTube is concerned, is probably going to be sporadic. Might even be once a week until I latch onto something that I like. But the Discord is staying up. I just felt like that was the best way to go about it. Plant rockets, Lermaseed tree bark fertilizer to super alloy. Well, Dave, I don't know if you know, they have changed the ending amount you have to have
Okay.
from 5 TT.
Oh, okay.
After months of hard work, I finally managed to find a way into Sentinel unlocking process and unlock the space trading rockets on your system. Usually terraformers are not able to use this, but it should help. Chances of survival are greatly improved when it's activated, but Sentinel almost never allows this for planet crafters. I have no way to tell if you're still alive or not. If we could only see each other again. Okay. Well, that means if I put beans growing over on this side upstairs and put a auto crafter right there, we could be selling stuff. Buffering. Yes, I just saw that. Come on, let me have my mouse back. Well, it's back now. Well, not according to YouTube. They're still telling me I'm off, but okay, we'll take that. Yeah, it just showed me that I'm back. Thank you, Shaman. What am I doing? Dave,
Yes.
do you have super alloy or a super alloy rod?
I have 3 super alloy.
And I have 3 here. That's not enough to make a rod.
No. I'll put it in that box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here I am running around with all these rocket engines that somebody gave me.
How do I make a mutagen?
That's methane, a sulfur, and an eggplant, I think.
Bacteria, methane, sulfur.
Yeah.
And bacteria is algae.
And I don't know that there's any in there, but let me go out here and pick this.
Yeah, I was just going to say, where's your algae things? I see one over here. Oh, that's a little water collector. There's the algae collectors.
There's a couple of them back off to the west of us in a larger body of water, but I need to move them over here because they're a pain in the butt to go get.
Yeah.
I've got some that I'm bringing.
Okay.
There's 10 of them in the algae locker.
Okay. Now we're getting you a butterfly larvae for your...
What was I wanting to get? Because I know I've got this rare larva for a reason. Do you need this rare larva?
No, I'll just make the common larva one. So
I was going to make the 250 one because I'm greedy. Will it even let me do that? No, it won't. Tried to put a rare larva in the butterfly dome. It said no. Darn it.
yeah, the rare has to be turned into a chevron butterfly larva.
Yep.
Okay, so once I get the mutagen, we can take that one and turn it into that.
Well, it's
So,
I
okay.
just put the rare larva back in the larva
Yeah.
container.
Yeah, well, if I can make 2 mutagens, then I just gotta remember. Do you have a biolab?
Standing right here in it.
Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay, that's not where you make the methane. Where do you make the methane?
Methane is outside in the gas extractor.
Oh, that's it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And you
I don't
go,
know. For some reason, I thought it was you fabricated it. Let's see. What are you? Oh, you're not gas extractor. Gas extractor. Looks like that.
speaking of writing code, after I get done here, I'm using a camera recording device, or I'm recording. I got an NVR called Frigate NVR on a very small, weak Dell computer that I've had for a while. And you go get a neural processor. It's called a Coral processor to put in it, and you can. I'm recording my own security cameras with it.
Yep.
And one of my cameras flopped over and died. When I take it out in the heat, it says, "No, I'm not working anymore," which makes me unhappy. So I bought a new camera. Well, this camera works really good, domed, weatherproof, fairly nice camera for $35. But I've got to rewrite my code to get it to work. And I've got to figure out how to do it another way. And I got to admit, it's made me scratch my head a good bit. Love the way the camera works, but the way I've got it configured now, it won't pick up motion to make a recording. Got a beautiful picture. I'm beyond pleased with it. Good morning, Darlene. Okay, where did my other algae growers go? They're around here somewhere. Or maybe they're not. The landscape changed and I need to go look at a map. Because you used to be able to see them on the map, but I really think the landscape's changed back by the Rainbow Cave. And I think the game has swallowed them.
Okay, so Ellen and
okay, that's the algae farm I have going right now. And this one was on back. Well, I think I've lost them.
oh no.
Yeah, oh yes. By the way, Dave.
You're nice.
Oh, they're easy enough to. I can build
Yeah.
more. That's not a problem. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, no worries.
Now, just so everybody in chat knows, I've probably said it before, but I'm going to say it again. I will not be streaming regularly from now on. This was just my last gasp. I felt like I owed it to my audience. The next plan for gaming anything is I'd like to get on a Saturday. I told Dreas and Amp, and they said they were on board and would like to get all of us in this game and at least see if we can finish it because that's just the way I am. Unfortunately, I'm having to work around grandchildren birthdays and things like this. I don't know, if I'm going to do golf once a week or not. I might, because it doesn't use my left hand or arm in any way, shape, or form. And I really didn't touch a game for 4 or 5 days. It about drove me crazy. But, I was sitting yesterday, Dave, talking to Icy and Joro while they were gaming, while I was watching the Formula One race from China. That was different. Did that on my iPad. Now I'm standing back here trying to get something that resembles foods, and I could go eat the...
Where is your butterfly dome?
The butterfly dome is upstairs at the top of the steps by the biolab.
By the biolab, okay.
Yep, right there.
Right there. Okay, you now have a galaxy butterfly larvae.
Hey!
And a silver-owned butterfly larvae. See, there you go.
And I was... Yeah, excellent. And I was up here just in time to see you pop both of them in, and they appeared on the screen. Yay!
There you go.
Excellent.
You now have butterflies.
Thank you, Dave. You're all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah, no worries.
And now it's telling me my food level is low. Now, I don't know if any of you are aware of what spinal stenosis is or isn't. I have it in 2 places in my spine, my lower back, and I also have it between my shoulders, which is what's causing me the problems I'm having. I've actually was looking to see if I could possibly get something done with it away from the VA because... they've started having discussions of not sterilizing instruments to save money, and you're just looking for bad things to happen.
Yep.
I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but it's not good. I don't know how all of this will play out. And Shaman said something to me this morning about we just want you not to be in pain, and I'm in pain 24/7 before I ever pick a controller up. I mean, it is what I live with. But I have really enjoyed doing this. The audience and everything has been, a heck of a lot of fun. So,
Yep.
I've considered once a weeking it because I do enjoy playing games, but I don't know whether there would be any interest in that.
I mean, even if you still do the, Friday golf,
Well,
I think that'll bring us all out.
well, and I usually get good participation for Friday golf, I have to say.
Yep.
For me to have 15 people is a lot. Because I'm an old man gaming, and you know, who of the youngins wants to see that? I mean,
Hey, you'd be surprised. I mean, one of the popular channels over on Twitch is Grandma Gaming, and she's out there playing first-person shooters with the young kids, and she puts them in their place.
dang, I might have to go check that out. I wish I still had the reflexes to do that. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, she'll trash talk them, and
that's too funny.
yep.
That is too funny. Let me change this verbiage here, because Shaman will have a fit. Well, not a full-on fit. just a minor inconvenience. Shaman says you could come on and read the phone book and I would be here. Phone book? What's that? And I'm joking because I know what a phone book is. But I don't know. I also, like I said, thought about trying to do something that I'd never done before, you know, in a computer sort of way. You know, show a side of gaming that not everybody sees. And boy, my programming skills are rusty. That is super alloy. I can already tell just by.
It's either super alloy or another
It's pulsar quartz. I said the wrong thing. I knew what I said when it come out of my mouth. This might be another. Oh, you're going to crash into my tree bark. Looks like.
Looks like it.
There goes Dave flying by. Oh, right into the base. Dang.
And I died because I got hit by the asteroid.
Did you respawn?
Yep.
I'd love to know where it put them all, because I'm right here where it hit. Don't see a thing. Well, that's algae, and I obviously left that there because I used to have the algae sitting right here. But
Well, here's some right here. It's right on the corner there. I can't pick it up till this rock despawns.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's all right down here.
Yeah, you kind of got to catch it when it despawns. I saw a little bit of it down in the water there. Yep. Oh, you're not even going to let me grab it? So now the food is nutritional, not easy to see. Much better, Johnny. That would be interesting to learn about programming, or even review news about games, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think if I was going to try game development as far as all of that was concerned, I'd have to brush up on C++ or something. I know just enough to be dangerous. You know, I took what I had to until uh, calculus stopped me because I just could not wrap my mind around that. It blew my mind.
Yeah.
Dave, are you looking at the screen of my stream?
Yep.
Look at this pulsar quartz I'm getting ready to grab. It's embedded in the base.
Is it?
It is. All that's out there is just the nub of the end of it.
Oh, that's funny.
I can honestly say I enjoyed a little bit of programming. Cobalt actually made the most sense to me, and I was in the last class to take Cobalt at the small liberal arts college that I went to.
I had to self-teach myself Cobalt because
Cobalt was actually readable. C++.
yeah,
I found that if you didn't get the punctuation right in C and C++, JavaScript was really pretty close to that it would wreck your whole program. You'd go to compile a program
yes,
and you'd get 13 errors no matter what.
yeah.
Put one semicolon back in and the darn thing would compile and run. It was the craziest thing. I'm sure the integrated development device or the integrated development environment has gotten better and would probably check you for that before you went to compile it. Hopefully.
Yep.
Hopefully things have progressed that far, but whew. I've got to go upstairs and drop these two pulsar quartz off. I don't know. There's one thing that's happened with gaming that I really didn't like, and that was the horror aspect. I mean, for some folks, that's great. If you like that, wonderful. But I was never heavily into horror. Never saw Friday the 13th. The closest thing I come to even looking at horror when I was a kid was The Exorcist, and that was pretty much it. Um, I think I was, 11 or 12 when that came out.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to go down here one more time and look. Jump, jump, jump.
Yeah, they're still sitting here stuck under these boulders.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them at least.
You can't leave them for too long, though, after the boulders vanish, because they'll vanish.
Yep.
Yeah, I just thought that was crazy that one was halfway.
Probably right where I died. Well, it got me the achievement, hit by an asteroid. So,
You didn't have that before?
nope.
I got that one early on. All right, I don't need to go there. That's not the door. You can't walk out there. I'm wondering where the core of that went. Because if it went in the water, all the pulsar quartz is usually right there's one that I can see behind the rock, but come on, back out.
Yeah, that's. I think that's the one that's down here.
Yeah, I think you're just going to have to wait till it despawns.
Yep.
I need algae generator. Ooh, that takes a lot of stuff.
They do.
Do I have a tier 2 or a tier 1? I have a tier 2. I wish I hadn't lost those other ones. I'm unhappy about that. My library, we used to get frustrated programmers desperately wanting books to help them figure out why their stuff wouldn't work. I have no doubt in my mind. Um, and having said all that about, I wouldn't mind looking into game development and stuff because the tools are, um, you can get them for free as long as you're not making something that's for, consumption, um, that's not being sold. You know, the tools are not all that hard, but I don't know if the old brain would figure that out or not. Let me go put that inside. I mean, I would love to own a 3D printer, but I'm not sure I've got brains enough left to utilize it in a way to make it worth the cash outlay. I mean, for as much as I'd like to think I know my ass from a hole in the ground, maybe not. Okay, you need to drink water, whether you know it or not. Let me see. The only other thing I was looking to craft was I got the water filter, but I don't have any fabric. And to get fabric, you either have to find it or build silkworms and have a silk generator. Uncommon bacteria and fertilizer. Uncommons we've got. No fertilizer.
Yeah, you'll have to make that. Decided to make one when I did those two butterflies.
No, I will say streaming and, being the early bird crew has been, quite rewarding and a heck of a lot of fun. And if I could figure out something I could do 5 days a week without killing myself, I'd probably be doing it.
Yep.
However, I think part of the problem is this gaming chair I'm sitting in. I have sat down here to do other things and wasn't gaming at all, and walked away and my shoulder was hurting. So, that might be worth a change.
Yeah, my chiropractor actually told me years ago to get rid of gaming chairs. He said never use them because they put pressure on the wrong parts of your spine, and they cause more problems than they're good for. He said what he said was for the price of a gaming chair, which can sometimes get upwards of $400, $500, $600. He's like, go get yourself an ergonomical, like Obis form or one of those office chairs.
Yeah.
He's like, it'll put your spine in the right position, and he's the other thing he said was, and I'd never thought of this because I was always like with my PlayStation, I was always a couch gamer. Was he said get a recliner and fling yourself back into that neutral position and do your console gaming from that position because again you're going to take all the pressure off your spine because if you're sitting on your couch you're probably leaning forward towards the TV. And you know, once I thought about it I was like, yeah, he's right. I mean, I do that all the time. So yeah, that was the two things my chiropractor said was never game on your couch and never buy a gaming chair. There.
Well, I got this one as a gift a few Christmases ago. But
Yep.
I also have the front seat from my former car that I love the seats in that thing. They were very comfortable. And all I need to do is put it back together. And if I've got the bottom off of this one, I might be able to mount it or something because that is a very comfortable seat.
That is what I did with my what used to be the room that I worked in and gamed in before Mom passed. It was downstairs. Well, I got the front captain's seat out of a I think it was a 2013 Dodge Ram. Extended cab. So it was like those really comfortable seats that they put in it. And I just built a frame to mount it to. I got the guys at the scrapyard just pull the rails out. And, you know, a couple hours, some 2x4s, some 4-inch wheels from the hardware store. Fabbed it right up and...
That might be worth a look since I have it so close by. Dave, help me think about how to make fabric, and I'm thinking it's going to be silk, but I don't have the silk apparatus yet.
When do we get the silk apparatus?
I would have to look. Tree spreader, insect spreader, T5 drill.
Just need bacteria and...
I've got one cooking right now.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there it is.
But without the silk device, I think I'm going to have to go find me a box or 5.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try something goofy. Since we've been trying goofy things already this morning, I'm going to try to deconstruct one of these spacesuits and see if it'll give me cloth. It might just roll back out and be a spacesuit. Yep,
Spacesuit.
just a spacesuit. Foot. Might have to go out in a wreck.
Yeah. You know what your wrecks have and haven't been looked through?
Oh gosh. Having a chair, it's ergonomics. My old job had specialists evaluate our workstations and remove pressure points. It made a huge difference. Yes. I do not, Dave, right off the top of my head. This one closest to me I've been to a time or two, but
well, or a worst case, we just up our insect production.
Well, right at this moment, I just got food and water, and I'm going to go look for a wreck.
Okay.
And I really, I've had so many people in here playing that I don't know what does or doesn't have. We don't have explosives, so we can't do any of that.
Yep.
I wish we could, but I get the feeling as I fly closer to this, I'm going to get, dinosaur poop, which needs to be exploded. Shaman, that was something that the Air Force, in our working habits, they were trying to get us to build F-16 fuel tanks faster. And why they didn't buy them pre-built, I don't know. But they didn't. And they investigated how we were doing what we were doing and how we had everything laid out. It actually helped. And we have no explosives there, so I can't do that. I've been here, or that wouldn't be empty. Well, when I first started having shoulder trouble, chiropractor asked me, "Do you sit up in bed and watch TV?" And the answer was yes. He said, "That's not good for your shoulders."
Yep.
And he was right. Oh, we're getting ready to come up on teleporters.
We are.
But we haven't got there's not enough time left in our meager day to obtain that. And I think this has already been looked through. Yes. Come on, fly, fly, fly. And while I'm flying, I can talk crap, drink coffee. So.
I can't wait to get that.
I honestly think that's been the toughest thing about getting older, is making those decisions of what you can and can't do. And it's been a pain in the butt. However, I try to look on the bright side. I have a good wife. I have a good dog. We live in a decent house, and you know things could be a whole heck of a lot worse. Dave,
Yes, sir.
the crash over in the volcanic area, haven't been to it because I'm flying toward it. But I'm also going to see if there is that's a rock, not a crate. There's one of these pools over by the Stargate that has a bunker in it. And I didn't find the right one. There it is. Just found it. Why will they not let you deconstruct all this stuff that you find?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just found nitrogen and 2 blueprints. An osmium rod. Okay. Do I have time enough to read the message? It's been 6 months since the crash. I'm barely surviving. My main goal is to build a rocket and leave this place forever. This planet is cursed. I can feel it. I have to go back to the crash site. I think there was a secret room in the control bay, a deconstructible wall somewhere near the main screens, but it's been a while. I can hardly remember. That was Iklos in 3038. New ways to get things invented every day, so I always hold out hope for alternate ways to resume some of the things I've had to go forego for now. Yeah. And for as much as I was going toward the volcanic area, I picked up so much stuff that I've got to go back and get oxygen. Somebody either just came into chat or somebody posted a message.
Dreas posted a message in his Discord. He's not streaming today either, so.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't feeling well yesterday, so.
Now, here's the thing. You played Fast Food Simulator with him. I bought that with the hopes of playing with him because it looked interesting. And then my left ear went a little nuts. And I realized the normal way you get tinnitus is that, you know, the nerves in your ear, you know, go a little crazy, and I get it. But I also know ever since that I developed arthritis in my left shoulder, the crescendo of the tinnitus I have raises and lowers by how that shoulder's feeling.
Yep.
And there have been days I've woke up and it's been absolutely quiet, and there have been days I've woke up and it's absolutely screaming at me, and I haven't been, like I said, I haven't gamed in 4 or 5 days. I'm still here, just fading in and out of sleep. I think she's trying to say we're good enough to go to sleep by, Dave. And that's all right.
Yep. You know what? You get your sleep.
I watch a YouTuber called Cold War Motors, and he's in Edmonton, Alberta, and
yep.
I mean, he's an old guy with a long beard, and he has most of his cars don't go up past the mid-1960s. It's his thing. I've been watching him for a long time, and I'm a patron and everything. And if I really want to go to sleep and can't figure out a way to go to sleep, he's got one particular bunch of videos about a 1951 Chevrolet that he got running again, that I pop that on and be asleep in no time. And don't get me wrong, I love his channel. I love what he does. It's funny to see the progression that guy's been doing this, the whole YouTube thing for 13 years, and his first videos are 5 and 10 and 15 minutes long, and the ones now that he's making every Saturday are hour and a half all the time.
Yep.
He's probably the best body man I've ever seen. He can take a piece of metal, draw it out on a few pieces of tape of the shape he's trying to make, beat on a piece of metal for an hour and a half, and come up with that shape. It's really impressive. I was never a body man. I had no desire at all to, do anything like that. I was more on the mechanical side of things.
Yeah.
But oh, there's another crate. Well, I keep finding good stuff, but I'm not finding fabric.
Yeah.
It's not you all. I'm just not feeling well. Totally understand.
Yeah. Yeah, don't you worry anything about it, country lady. You fall asleep, It's okay.
Yeah, if you're sick, you need to get better, because I can tell you they're missing you at work.
Ooh, look at that good stuff.
Why? Because you seem to know your backside from a hole in the ground. And there's somewhere over in here that has a gold chest in it, but you have to have a jetpack to get it. Oh, come on, up. Where's it at? Might be that one over there, because you can't get into it until you have a jetpack. I didn't need those last three things, but I tell you what I am going to need: oxygen.
Yep.
Go, run. I got another gold plant and another gold effigy.
Nice.
If we had explosives, we could tear it up. But we don't. Oh, didn't get back in there until you get a full load of oxygen, you idge. I've got 2 blueprints on me, and this late in the game, it just makes me wonder what they are.
Yeah, hopefully it's not something useless.
Yeah, railings,
Yeah.
windows, other things that I can think of.
Okay, what was I doing? Okay, another bee larva.
And if you're asking what was I doing, that means you're getting old. Ask me how I know.
Oh, that's right. I need more eggplants to grow. That's right. So I'm waiting on the
Oh, interior wall. That was drone rocket visualization. Those
Mm,
were both kind of
yeah,
non-starters.
would have liked the black hole inventory.
Yeah. Well, I do have the terraformation rockets, but gosh, I'd have to see just how much that would be to even think about building one. Oh, 3 circuit boards, a superalloy, a rocket engine, and a uranium rod. And do I have the tier 2 deconstructor? Yes, I do. That's not out of the realm of possibility. Sort is L. Okie doke. I have a super alloy rod. I have an osmium rod.
Nice.
Do you need nitrogen for anything?
Not yet. I don't
I've
think I
got,
need that till we start actually crafting amphibians, if I remember correctly.
yep. I just put the nitrogen in the methane locker and renamed it
Yeah.
for sir. No, I don't talk much. Why do you ask? Um, I'm not going to be able to get all of that. Hmm. Wish I could send you something to help you feel better, country lady. Yes. We were supposed to go to my daughter's house Saturday. Had gotten everything together and was getting ready to go and picked up the phone and she said, yeah, Liam, the youngest grandson, wasn't doing well and was sick, and he had been around kids that had the flu. And Saturday was his actual birthday, but they're celebrating it next Saturday. So what do I want to do? I want to build a flower spreader and put that 600 seed in there because now let's see, what does the flower spreader take? 2 super alloy and a water. If I hadn't put that super alloy up, I'd have been there. But no, somebody was trying to be organized. Hey, we're in the insects in the current stage. And insects and plants are going way up. Did the game update the graphics? Machines look different somehow. Not that I know of. We're still on 1.41, which I thought was the latest and greatest. I really need that water filter. But oh, you dummy. Press the wrong darn button.
This is definitely where that greenhouse will come into play. Because
Yeah. Yeah. I have bad news. The coffee is all gone.
so is mine.
Not good. Alright, there's my tree spreader that's down here.
You got lots. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's good.
No. It's I dropped in off of a waterfall and hit and went.
No, I had somebody had the heartbeats, and I was like, "No, something's slow." Oh, look at that! I have water on me.
Yeah. Shaman, it might be your new phone. You never can tell. Are you enjoying your new phone? Broke your leg? Yeah. Yeah. Now, having broke my leg in real life, just eating high quality food ain't gonna help.
No.
I better keep an eye on my oxygen. Well, Shaman, to be honest, the game says you've broke something and turns the screen red. It didn't say it was your leg, technically, you know. You could have broke your head. I mean, sounds like you're doing some heavy thinking there, Dave.
Yeah, just trying to figure out how much.
Don't hurt yourself.
Yeah.
I had to pull the battery out of the smoke alarm. You're trying to figure out how much of
Fertilizer we're going to need over the next little bit. So start. So I threw down some extra tier 1 food growers just to grow more eggplants.
Yep, probably not a bad idea. I have to relearn the controls. I keep scrolling out of stuff because the phone has back buttons, not a swipe screen. My wife was looking through some old stuff and cleaned out a drawer and found her old phone. And it was a Google Pixel 2. And I wanted to use it as a GPS for my car. However, my Prius Prime will not use an Android phone. It will only use Apple.
Like I said to you, though, one time we were talking about that, I hate that.
Yeah.
I was going to get a Prius when I got my Jetta. Mm-hmm. And I walked in, sitting down with the sales guy, and I'd set my phone down on his desk, and he looks down, and we're talking about Priuses, and he's like, you're going to have to get a different phone. I'm like, well, you just talked yourself right out of a deal.
Yep. What gets me is I have a Apple CarPlay device that will do Apple or Android, either one.
Yeah.
And I had it for my old car because it had such an old GPS in it. You didn't trust it. It would take you places you didn't want to go. And so when I got this car, I found out it had Apple CarPlay. I was pretty excited about it because I drove a Malibu that I rented last time I went to see my mom. That I really liked that wireless CarPlay. That was the bomb. So when I went looking at this car, and my Prius Prime was not, it was wrecked. I've seen pictures of it while it was wrecked. I know where it came from. It didn't bother me any. I got it for about 10 grand less just by the fact that it was wrecked and had a salvage title. My insurance didn't like it. They were a little bit unhappy about it, but we did what we did.
Yeah.
It was sitting right there. They could have went and looked at it any time. And it has wired CarPlay, so you have to have a wire, but they don't have any place for you to really put the phone and keep it plugged in at the same time. So you have to loop the cord up over the console and put the phone in the console. I mean, it works. I enjoy it, but it's a pain in the butt.
Yep.
Now, I have no regrets about getting a Prius or a Prius Prime. The darn thing gets 60 miles to the gallon effortlessly. We don't drive all that much. And for most trips around town, I can drive it on electric all day long. But if I'm going to my daughter's house, hour away, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
But it does get good gas mileage, runs smooth as a tick. You know, the funny part of it was the guy that had it for sale, I went to my bank and withdrew the money. And those cars are $23,000 to $25,000. And I had cash on me, and he wanted 17. And
Yep.
I told him straight up. I said, "I've got the cash. I'm ready to make the deal." He said, "No, it's not enough cash." I was flabbergasted. Just went, "You've got to be kidding me," And he, went on about his business. Well, when he told his wife he was getting ready to sell the car, she was griping because she didn't want to pay for the gas for another car. That car was so good on gas, and
Yep.
he got it and fixed it to do nothing but sell it. Well, he finally talked her into it. And he called me that night and said, "Come get it." So we did, and a heck of a lot of fun though. Nice car. Me and the seat had a little trouble. It had a hard plastic shell in the side of the seat that I had to take out. Once the seat was softer, I was pretty much fine.
Yeah.
But it's, how shall I say this, blue. It's a lightish blue, and
Yep.
you can't lose it in a parking lot.
No.
It is. It's quite noticeable. Too funny.
Yep. Yeah, I've always had vibrant vehicles.
Uh-huh.
Like my first vehicle when I stopped using transit was a Jeep.
Mm-hmm.
And that thing was bright green.
Ooh.
Like a neon lime green. It was special color that year. I was like, you know what? What the heck? And I got that one. And then when I went to my Dodge Ram, I bought a black one, or no, a white one, but then I had it wrapped, and I had it wrapped this vibrant blue. It was so bright that I'm pretty sure it was blinding people on the other side of the highway when I was driving down the road. And then my Ford Escape was, in the brochure, the red was kind of like it was a nice lit red. But when I picked that sucker up, it was such a bright red. I was like, ooh, yep. and then this Jetta, it's Volkswagen's electric lightning blue. So, you can imagine that.
I had Volkswagens at one point in time in my life, and I bought a 2001 Passat, and
Yep.
it needed a timing belt. That car broke me from European cars. It was so hard to work on that I turned around and gave it to NPR as a tax write-off. Just went over it, not doing it anymore. It ran pretty good. I drove it to work one time after I got it and licensed it, and other than that, it was nothing but just crazy amounts of trouble. I lost money on that car, and I know why the guy sold it, and I didn't realize it at the time. It was due for a timing belt, and he didn't want to change it.
Yep.
And I got it and drove it home, and the bad part about it was already overdue, and driving it home I could have blown it up because it was an interference engine.
Yep.
And yeah, it was that P5 Passat broke me from there's a certain version of a BMW station wagon um, that's late 80s 325 station wagon that I really like the body on those, but I won't even look at them.
Yeah. Well, to make matters worse with my Jetta, is it's about 70% Audi.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it's the GLI Autobahn, so it's got so much Audi in it. It's not even funny. And but the engine compartment, it looks like it's cramped, but they have a lot of panels. Then once you figure out how to take the panels off, there's actually, it's almost like an American auto manufacturer designed the engine bay, because there is so much room on the left, right, and front of the engine that I just, last fall when I was cleaning all the leaves out of the engine bay, I was like, my God, there is a lot of room in here. That because I've heard that European cars, they have very tight engine bays, and
That Passat did.
Yeah.
Have you, being a VW owner, do you know what I mean when I talk about putting the front end in service position?
No, because I haven't really done a lot of service on mine yet.
What it is, that Passat had a V6 engine in it, and most of them were turbo 4 cylinders, and I don't particularly care for turbos. They just don't do it for me.
Yeah.
And the service position, you actually take the front fascia off the car, and then you get 2 long bolts and put them in where the bumper screws in, and you screw those 2 bolts in, and you basically pull the front of the car away so you can get to it to do the belts or hoses or anything.
Okay.
And there was a while there in the 2000s that you didn't do anything to an Audi or a Volkswagen that you didn't put it in service position. And I scratched my head about that for the longest time. It was just like, you've got to be kidding me. And they shoehorned that V6 in there. And it was just like, you couldn't do anything to it. You couldn't change the plugs or nothing. I mean, everything was cramped. And,
Yeah.
Yeah, that broke me from working on German cars at all. I'm sitting here laughing because I thought for sure Dave said his car had a lot of algae in it. Oh, Sean, could be your hearing. Not saying it is, but you know.
I may have said algae at one point because I was making bacteria, and I was like, what do I need in my head? And so I may have slipped the word algae in there. So sorry, Sean.
Yeah.
I had a lot of leaves in the engine compartment because my neighborhood is packed full of maple and oak trees, and they just find their way into the engine compartment.
Yep.
So
just a little algae. I mean,
yeah, just a little algae.
And that, folks, is what I will miss about streaming every day, because something happens every day, you know.
We'll find something for you to.
Yeah.
Even if we just change the show to Johnny's 90-minute bullshit hour.
I considered saying something about coffee talk, but that's been taken by Saturday Night Live. I mean, and if I thought for one moment that I could sit here and bullshit for an hour and a half, I might do it. But people would want to see my face. There would be green screens involved, you know. Uh, and I'm, yeah, well, like I always say, stick with what you're good at, and Lord knows, I BS with the best of them.
Yep.
You didn't have to agree all that quickly, did you? Dang, you're taking Joro's spot.
Uh,
Don't feel too bad. I thought he said it too. He probably did say it. I think it might have been
like I said, I
Audi.
probably did because, yeah. Oh, that's what it is. Yes, because I said Audi. Yeah, it was when I was saying that my car is actually 70% Audi.
or, or 70% Audi.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yes, okay.
You just thought you were going crazy?
Yep. Yeah, because the guy that did some work on my car for me, he actually said, he's like, if you want, I could take the VW branding off your car and put Audi on it because there's enough Audi parts in it that it's technically an Audi. And it'd be legal.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I talk about a secondary air system?
Vaguely.
In the 70s, when air pollution became a thing and Chevy started putting air pumps, Chevy, Ford, all the domestics started putting air pumps on their cars to get them to burn, better. The way Volkswagen did it is called a secondary air system. They actually had two solenoids on the back of the cylinder heads, and after you've driven a car for a couple of 100,000 miles, they get a lot of crap in them, and they don't seal, and that thing will turn the engine light on your car, and oh my Lord, they're a terrible pain in the butt to deal with. And what it is that they're doing it through the catalytic converter. They do it a different way, but it performs the same function as that air pump.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, the hoses on them, after they get a couple of years going on them, they're brittle, and you can touch them and they'll just fall out of your hands. I hated that thing. Hated it. I actually got scammed. I sent my ECU off to somebody to get the secondary air wrote out of the ECU, and the guy took me for it was a couple of $100. And me and him went round and round. I actually published videos about that crooked SOB, and he got YouTube on me because I said name and where he was at. He wasn't appreciative of me. He called me one day out of a dead sleep, and I couldn't tell who it was because the phone had no number on it, and he started chewing my ass, and he said, all you had to do was call and tell me to send it back. I said, all you had to do was do what I paid you to do and not take my money. I said, He sent it back to me anyway, and the car had already been sold. I just put across it, returned to sender, stuffed it right back in the mailbox. Never heard another thing from him. That guy is still on YouTube doing crooked stuff to people's ECUs. And somebody wrote me when the video was up and said, I'm glad you put this out. I almost got him to work on my ECU. And I said, not with him. That guy's crooked as a dog's hind leg. You must have made bees, because it's saying there's bees in the DNA
Yes.
sequencer. But
yeah, I made another bee.
And there's no bees in it.
Yeah.
I just looked, confused the living daylights out of me. Okay, there's only 3. Well, he didn't say... Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, it was something totally different. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I was going to make a 4th one, but I'm running out of time because I'm going to have to take off.
And we've went over more than we should have anyway, and I was needing to get off of here because I'll sit here and play this all day long. That's the
Yeah.
bad. That's the bad part, and especially because Amp's not streaming, you know.
Yeah.
But, well, all right then. That looks like a good place to leave it. We're almost to having an oxygen atmosphere.
Yep. And like your insects is coming up, so you should get the silk thing next time we play.
Well,
'Cause-
I'm hopeful that's going to be a Saturday and it's going to be all of us. And if we have a 4 or 5 hour push,
yeah.
you know, I'm not, you know, sad to say, I'm going to figure out what my next move is and go, you know, try to do it. And like I said, it might still be a once a week. Hey, we're going to chuck up some golf and, you know,
Yeah.
do that.
I think at the very least, try and keep the golf going because I think people really enjoyed that.
I
'Cause
think you're 100% right.
'cause it's a bit lighter than Dreas's one on Saturday. You know, I think we have a bit more fun on the Friday one, and then
Gasp.
yeah, and then see what we can do, and then
Well, I'm something's going to change because something's going to have to change. But I'm not gone 100% because I'm, you know, that big of a pain in the butt, and you know I've made friends with all you fine folks, and you know the Discord is staying up. The Discord is staying up, and any games I play or any videos I have or anything will be announced there, just like always. They just won't be 4 or 5 days a week anymore. I just physically cannot do it.
yep, yep. And now that like what I'm taking off to do now is go pick Mom's ashes up, but once I get that stuff going, I'm gonna start streaming myself, and I think you know we should do some multi streams where you know once I get flying the fighter jets and you can you know talk about the times in the military with that stuff.
Well, I would be interested, you know, if that's
Yep.
what you want to do. What I would like to do is see what version of Microsoft's Flight Simulator I have. I would love to do a stream with you, both of us flying.
Yep.
Or if I could find Falcon 4 again, I'd probably fly that just because.
Yeah.
I flew Falcon 4 one time with my ex-wife, computer sitting in 2 different rooms. And all of a sudden I hear from the other room say, "Did you shoot a missile at me?" Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And
Yeah.
now that we're having a dance-off, bro,
Yep.
you didn't know that Dave could move so good in a spacesuit. I'll be around somewhere. That is a given. You know, there might be other things going on. Dave, thank you very much for being here. It was a huge ton of fun. People in chat, Country Lady and Shaman and Darlene and Mayhem, you guys have been here off and on since the beginning. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
You guys are very, very good to me. I don't deserve such a good audience. All right. And now we're going to save.
No, like that.
And Dave has exited. Go, Fabio, go. Yes. And now we are going to stop. Like I said, anything that I do, it'll be in my Discord. The Discord is staying up without changes, and we'll go from there. Thank you guys for being here.